Hey, Jason Palliser here with the No Flipping Excuses channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay. And today we are talking about where do I find pre-foreclosure leads? Okay. Where do I find pre-foreclosure leads? So a few of the things that we're going to talk about, I think, are pretty self-explanatory. But before I dive into that, I always say, hey, before I start just giving you, hey, go here, go there, go do all these things, I always like to try and explain and lay the foundation first and say, why? Why do we want pre-foreclosure leads? We want pre-foreclosure leads because when we do, I think most of you know, we do some, what we call a 2-day blueprint where we attack cities 34 ways and suffocate cities. We track what lead sources. Okay. So again, laying the foundation for you here. We track what lead sources give us the biggest bang for our buck, give us the biggest payoff for the effort that we put forth in the marketplace, because we can grab off-market properties 34 different ways. But which ones rank higher when we track them across America in 100 plus cities? Pre-foreclosures are always a top 3, 4, or 5 in any marketplace we're in. Lead source versus effort put out into the marketplace, got a deal under contract, right? So we want to go after pre-foreclosures because the banks have legally filed, okay? The banks have legally filed to say, I'm done with you. You didn't comply with the terms when you signed on our loan. It's on your deed of trust. It's in your in agreement, your notes. Your note says you got to pay on time and blah, blah, blah. After 5 days, you're late. So we're done with you. The bank files paperwork. And by the way, they spend thousands of dollars. They file the paperwork to say, okay, I'm done with you. And now that homeowner is on the clock. And one side note for you is that you might want to look up in it. And as soon as you're done watching all of our videos on our channel, one of the first things you should do is simply just go to Google and type in, what are the pre-foreclosure rules for the state of blah, whatever state you're in, so that you know. The reason being is that when the banks file for, pre-foreclosure, they intend to foreclose and take the property back because the person isn't making their payments on time. And banks aren't in business for giving loans and simply not getting their money back, right? So you need to look up on Google how long, when they file, how long is it before they go to foreclosure? Is it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? So now you know that homeowner's on the clock. So I just wanted to establish with you first that these are unbelievable leads because legally the person is going to lose the house because the bank says, I'm done with you. And they've legally filed for pre-foreclosure. The homeowner has a high level of motivation. Okay. They're going to end up with a foreclosure on their credit. Again, I've been a national speaker on guidelines for 2 decades. What that means to the homeowner is that they're probably not going to be able to get a loan for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Most people think 7, but if you reestablish credit, you can get it sooner. But these are unbelievable leads. I just wanted to establish the high level of motivation. And remember, we rank. And if you want more information on that, just hit us up and ask us about our 2-day blueprint. We literally build out how to attack your city 34 ways. Now, getting back to where do we find pre-foreclosure leads? There's some that I think most of us know to do. You can go to, again, banks have to legally publicly file. Okay. So what does that mean? If it's publicly filed, it means it's public data. So what you want to do is contact your county. Okay. So your first level of hunting is to simply go on to Google, look up whatever county you're going to go after and try and find pre-foreclosure leads. Call the county's office, call the county clerk's office and say, hey, who do I talk to get these pre-foreclosure leads for our area? And a lot of times they'll say, oh, go here. And we live in a world of technology. I would tell you that not all counties are created equal. Each one is different. That's why you need to make the phone call. Some say, oh yeah, it's just as easy as going here on our website. And you can clearly see here's a list of all the properties that are now under a pre-foreclosure status. Okay. So what you want to do is call the county clerk's office and ask, where do I go to get it? Here's things that you may not know that you need to understand. One, some of them make it easy. You can do it, what I call no gas money spent program. You can do it from your computer. They direct you on the website where to go, grab the list, and then we're going to send them letters, knock on their door, blah, 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 all the things that you would do as an investor. They make it that easy. Some of them say, yes, you can get the list, but you have to come down to the office. Did you hear me? And every time that there's work involved, okay? And here's where we get into breaking news, pet peeve alert. Pisses Jason off, okay? Well, Jason, they told me I have to come in and physically get the list. Wonderful. You know what that means to me? 99.9% of most investors, whether they're brand new or whether they've been doing it a long time, are lazy. So when there's an extra step, and this is why I'm teaching you this, when you have to make one little extra effort to get that list, which is a golden list. Anything that's a top 10, remember I said we track 34 different lead sources. Anything that's a top 10 is something that you should do in perpetuity forever. And pre-foreclosures are always the top 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it's a staple. You must go after these. There's some of the biggest payoffs you'll ever get where you get to help a homeowner and profit handsomely for it. Okay. But investors are lazy. They won't even go in to get the list. Every time there's an extra step that you have to take, the leads, listen to me. Let's have a private fireside chat. Okay. Gather in. Every time there's one extra step to be made just to get something of benefit to you in your investment business, it means the leads are 500 times more valuable because most people are lazy. Hopefully you're getting that. Hopefully that resonates with you. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. Let's take your learning to another level. I know you have questions, so schedule a call with me. Go to 2daycall.com, fill out a form, and get on my calendar so I can help you start closing deal after deal and answer all your questions to put you on a path to predictable closings. What does that mean? That means, so that simply means this. And again, if you're liking this, if you have questions on it, don't forget to comment on it, like this video, and share it with other investors. The more you do that, the more we're going to pump out good stuff. And again, it's our mission to impact every investor in America in a positive way. But I always say you're the CEO of your business, and we're talking about pre-foreclosure leads and where to get them. These are some of the best leads of all time. For you just to ignore this lead source is literally one step short of criminal for me. Okay. But we're going to contact the county clerk's office. We're going to ask where to go to get it. Some of them let you get it online. Some of them make you physically come in and get the list. Some of them have it on lockdown for whatever reason. It's still public data, but some of them make it difficult to get. If they make it difficult to get, what did I already tell you then? The leads are 1,000 times more valuable. So here's what you do. You may or may not be aware of this. You can go online. There's services out there. When this video is done, and you've subscribed, liked, and commented, then the next thing you can do is simply go to Google. So just go to Google and type in how to get pre-foreclosure list for my area. And there's services out there that wormhole their way in and grab and create the list for you. Okay. So if you need to go that route, and there's services out there that curate the list for you and then you pay for it and it's delivered to you. If you have to take that step, then that means those leads are even worth more. You understand that, right? They're even worth more. Now, on top of that, so you have services out there that can curate the list for you that you can buy it. Most of the time you can get it for free by going to your county office, calling them and going into the county office and grabbing it, or they direct you where to get it online. Here's one extra thing that I know most people don't talk about that you could do. And again, we're going after distressed assets that aren't being paid, right? Where do those distressed assets live? At the bank level. So here's one thing that you can do that most people, and again, because it's extra work, so most people don't teach you to do that. We're just showing you how to do this more sophisticated than everybody else. One thing that you could do is block out 1 hour of your professional career. And what I would do is call all the local, okay, you paying attention? I would call all the local banks and local credit unions, because usually when they're local banks and local credit unions, the person I'm going to tell you to call right now, which is the non-performing asset manager at the bank. So at each bank, there's a non-performing asset, meaning they're not making their payments. a non-performing asset manager that could potentially give you these good leads that are going to pre-foreclosure. So another way that most people don't talk to you about and teach you, because they don't know how to have the conversation, is that you can block out 1 hour and say, can I talk to the non-performing asset manager? And have them put you to their voicemail, or they say, here's their email. Simply raise your hand, let them know you exist. Hey, look, I know you're in charge of getting all the bad loans current, and I know loans that aren't current affect, and I'm teaching you how we talk to them. I know that your loans that aren't current at your bank affect your ability to lend out more money. I would like to help with that. I would like to create an ongoing relationship with you. If you have some of those assets that you've just put into pre-foreclosure, or you're getting ready to, and you know that the situation isn't going to correct itself, I'd love the opportunity to try and strike a deal with the homeowner to either get it current or simply buy their house and get that bad asset off of your books so that you're in better standing. I would love to create that relationship with you on an ongoing basis. That is the way you talk to them. If you let them know, I know that you need to get these current because it affects your ability to lend out more money or borrow more money at a favorable rate from the Federal Reserve, which no one talks to them like this. No one teaches you this stuff because no one knows how to talk to these bankers. What have I done for 27 years? I've been in banking. I've been a speaker on guidelines for 2 decades. I'm telling you how to wormhole straight into the bank, solve the banker's problem. Somebody's in charge of working with all the bad people. Remember, bad stuff happens to good people, but they're working on all the bad loans. Become their best friend, and you might get those leads before they even go to pre-foreclosure. Do you understand the gravity of that? That's called operating at a higher level. And I guarantee you this. So here's my guarantee. So pay attention. And then think to yourself, how come other people aren't teaching you this stuff? Right? Here's what I can guarantee you. If you have the conversation and you create a relationship with just one local bank and you start solving some of their bad apples that are on their books that hurt the bank's ability to lend money, several things happen. 1, you've created a relationship and you're not competing against other investors. Congratulations, world-class victory. 2, you're getting leads that maybe no one else in the marketplace even knows about yet, which is amazing. 3, that relationship may be good for the next 4 or 5 years. See where we're going with this? And 4, they could be some of the best deals you ever close. And 5, it cost you, is this thing on? Tick, tick, tick. It cost you $0.0 to execute that strategy. Oh, Jason, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to, I got competition in my marketplace and my marketing budget's this and that. Have you talked to all the non-performing asset managers and say, hey, I know your bad apples on the books are hurting your ability to lend out money. I would like to solve some of those if you're interested, and I would like to create an ongoing relationship with you. That costs you $0.0 to do. And every investor you shake hands with, think right now as you're listening to this. Any other investors that you've ever networked with online or in person, shake hands with, go to a RIA club meeting, did they ever tell you these things? No. Have they done these things? No. But Jason, that means I might not have any competition when I do this. Correct. Are you getting this? Not a fair fight. So this is where you can get pre-foreclosure leads. Wanted to lay the foundation, tell you some things to do, some known ways to get it. Let you know that if it's harder to get, they're more valuable. That should not discourage you. And then I just told you how to bypass everybody. Can't make it any better than that on this particular video. What I want you to do, like, comment, share, tell another investor, share our channel. The more you do that, the more you comment, the more we interact together and you tell us what you want, the more we're going to deliver to you. We're committed to helping you grow your business, doing it on purpose, deliberately, and wake up with purpose and clarity. So whatever benchmarks you set for yourself, watch all the videos on our channel. We'll help you hit them. Looking forward to teaching you in the future. Contact us. You need help on anything, we're here to help. See you next time. Hey, while you're learning, stop for a second and get the book, The Art of Flipping Deals. Here's how easy it is. Just go to the website, theflippingbook.com, and what you're going to have is an instant download on how we flip deal after deal after deal with predictability that others can't find.